All right. Gonna make sure everything's working before I start this thing. I don't know why. So the voice is fine. Desktop audio. Okay. So you should be able to hear the music and me now. Suharto time. Okay. So you should music and me now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that works. All right, you guys can hear the music and me. So I'll go ahead and turn that. We're going to restart that music. And we're going to transition over. And we're going to start the stream. What's up, guys? Politics Gaming here. And today we're going to be doing Indonesia. Indonesia is a Southeast Asian nation, the largest by population, by landmass, by I believe also economy. It should be the largest economy in Southeast Asia as well. So we're going to look over some information for it. And we are a republic. We are a presidential republic, socialist by political tendency. 277 million. We are like the third or fourth largest country in the world by population. Capital is Jakarta. We have 1.9 million square kilometers of area. We have 16 regions. It is a tropical temperate climate. We have $1.15 trillion in our GDP, 1.22% of world GDP. Growth rate at the start is 1.9%, 6.5% unemployment rate, 1.6% inflation rate. And then we can see the currency is a tenth or a hundredth of 1 cent of $1. Debt to GDP ratio is 41.4%, which is pretty good. GDP per capita is $4,148. 395,000 people in the army. No nuclear weapons, and we have 841 days until the next elections. So we're gonna go ahead and come over here. We're gonna choose. So I actually wanted to, play I wanted to play more opposition, and I wanted to play more centrist party, kind of like not too bad in terms of political tendency. I didn't really want to do socialist, far right, or even communist, but those are the only people that are in power right now. We have the option to change our party and call for snap elections, since we are not a parliamentary system. So we could actually do that, and I'll actually see about doing that. And we're gonna go maybe for like a center party, center right, maybe center left, depending on what we're doing. But we're gonna start off with the Socialist Party, and we're gonna choose Andy Unbento. We're going to change it from Andy to... What should we give him his first name? What should we give him as a name? Let's see. We're gonna say Corbin. Sukarno time. Sukarno. It's just gonna be like Indonesian dictator time. What should we name him? Should we name him like another Sukarno or... Let's look up popular Indonesian names. Muhammad Ali. Nabila. We're gonna call him Nabila. Okay. Let's go ahead and start. Greta Thunberg. Cannot save the world by playing the rules because the rules have to be changed. Everything needs to be changed. 2003 to now. I was actually supposed to go live earlier this morning. I woke up at like 6 o'clock in the morning because NASA was going to launch the Artemis rocket. The Artemis rocket was, it is the largest rocket. Ouch. Artemis is the largest rocket to have ever been on the launch pad since the Saturn V, and it is actually larger or taller than the Saturn V and bigger than the Saturn V. It's like 5.7 million pounds of thrust in 5.7 million pounds of thrust in this rocket, and they actually were good to go. They got up to like about 40 minutes before launch, before T0, and they actually had to stop the countdown because they started to find abnormalities in the number 3 engine. So it was okay, you guys can still see. It was pretty disappointing, but essentially the way they kind of described it is that this rocket is this rocket, what they're doing right now, it's all a test. That's the whole reason it's unmanned. That's the whole reason that it's coming out the way it is. Basically, it's all a test. They basically say a dress rehearsal for the eventual landings on the moon later this decade. So they call it a wet dress rehearsal whenever they test everything, try to say, okay, we're going to go all the way about 6 seconds before launch. And then 6 seconds before launch, they stop the countdown. They say, okay, because 6 seconds, that's whenever they light the engines, they do everything. And then they say, okay, we're good to go. But right here, they stopped at about 40 minutes because basically they saw that the temperature in the number 3 engine was not what it was supposed to be. It was eventually found out that they couldn't really remedy this by the end of the window that they had by the end of today, or by like 2 hours. It was a launch window between 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock Eastern time. So it was pretty disappointing, but it's better than waiting to watch the largest rocket ever assembled blow up in midair. So as cool as that would look, it's not what we want to happen on these kinds of missions. This is, again, the eventual return of humanity back to the moon, and we will stay on the moon. That is the whole goal of the Artemis program, is to stay on the moon. Anyway, without me going on a rant about Artemis, we're going to go ahead and go back to what we're doing. If you guys have not watched the video, I have a special announcement that I'm also going to be talking about on stream. Essentially, I am at the channel PoliticsGaming is at war against French geopolitical simulator channel Francie. Francie is a French geopolitical simulator player, and we have agreed with each other that the goal for us is 10,000 subscribers. Now, for me to one up him, and I didn't tell him this. I am doing a $100 giveaway at 10,000 subscribers. So if you guys are excited for me to hit 10,000 subscribers, share the channel. If you guys have not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that right now. We want to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2023. That is the goal right here, right now. So please help me hit 10,000 subscribers. I would really love to hit that number. I mean, 10,000 subscribers, you know, obviously hundreds. I really would love a plaque, a silver plaque for my studio room here. But for right now, we are going to settle with 10,000 subscribers. So again, we are gonna try to beat Mr. Francie to 10,000 subscribers. I have the advantage. I have a lot of advantages. Not only am I an English-speaking channel, from what I've seen, apparently English-speaking channels always have a better advantage in terms of subscribers. There is also just, well, there's also the other thing about Francie's channel. That's probably what, if he's watching this or whatever. Try to do some more editing, my boy. But again, try to do some more editing. I think you can actually do a lot better quality. But actually, I think it was Francie. Yeah, it was Francie not too long ago where he would actually, he had these, like, it was like a news report. It was almost like watching a news report on his channel. And I don't see that a lot on his channel anymore. So he should bring that back. Maybe I can start doing some of those. But there's also a plethora of good projects that are coming out for my channel. We're working on the political ideology tutorial. I'm going to be working very hard over the next couple of days on that. And I'm going to try to shoot for a release later this week if I can get it all done. I have the next couple of days off of work, so this will be perfect for me to work on it. And as well, we're going to be working on another episode of Brazil. So I know you guys are very attached to that series, and I love to make the Brazil episodes. So do look forward to that. But anyway, since we were playing as Indonesia, enough talk. We're going to be continuing on as Indonesia. So let's go ahead and look at Australia. No Flight Simulator streams, just not right now. I really need to. I need to play Flight Simulator because I really need to get used to that 737. I actually really want to buy the 737-800. That's what I want to do. United States. Ooh, man, I really want to sign a free trade agreement with the United States. But I know that would. I really want to get a free trade agreement going with Australia. They're actually a pretty compatible economy with us, and they're very close. Be very interesting to get trade going with Australia. In New Zealand doesn't really like us. See, I actually played as the far right or the extreme right on here, and we actually had some better relations with like India, Australia. Probably even the United. I don't even know about the United States. I don't remember checking that. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna go to farming. We're gonna check the situation right here. And what I need to do is, since we are a left-leaning party, we can go ahead and increase the VAT tax. The VAT tax will. We're going to accumulate some $5 billion here. We're going to go ahead and start this stream off with a tax reform. I'm going to call this the Financial Reform of 2022. The A380X is close to being done. The Great Pacific Crosser. Oh man, that would be amazing. How much is that even going to be? 3.55. I know the socialists are going to love this. 94%. Well, 2.5. We're going to do that. That way there's less capital flight. Create the reform. And then we're going to income tax. We're going to increase on... God, can you imagine increasing that on the low right there? Industrial pollution tax. Can we get that to 0.3? 0.5. We can actually get that to... We're going to get that to 0.3. Great. Financial reform of 2022. And... tax. Temporarily, I'm thinking about reducing the company tax to 20%. However, I don't think my party would like that. We're going to cancel that for right now. Vehicle registration, tax on financial transactions. Agent 31. Currently watching your Georgia gameplay. Nisiamaro memes, how are you? $497 million. Yeah, the Georgia gameplay was actually really fun. This is mainly because MBS is selling oil with foreign currencies. We're gonna add that to the financial reform, and as well. And we're going to wait for the tobacco tax until I can get a real analysis of everything that's going on with Indonesia. Sectors nationalized. Energy. We're going to do this real quick. Okay, energy is nationalized. That's amazing. That's amazing. Cool, cool, cool. We're going to be developing third-generation nuclear power very soon. And as well, we're going to be developing renewable energies. We need to... 85 terawatts. We need to make up 85 terawatts worth of electricity. We can easily do that with nuclear power. However, I do want to have a good share of renewable energies. Wait, that's weird because I played as the opposition. Oh, it's because I started off in 2023. UAE has a effing coffee ministry. Coffee ministry in the UAE. Interesting. Indonesia. Let's get an import contract going. You know, I need to wait like 2 months before I really start to do trade contracts. I always jump the gun on trade contracts. So work unemployment is 6%. Minimum gross pay, we're gonna increase that to $100. I must inform you. Could greatly improve a healthcare system. We need to invite the United States over for a trade contract. We can do that with the United States, or we could do it with Japan. We could do it with a pretty demanding economy, but we need to make sure we're getting some good prices off of it. Also, I need to increase the gain on this, that way. And no, literally the video that I just posted, I kind of saw my mic kind of dropping in and out of my voice. Somalia. Ooh, apparently Somaliland actually really likes us. Whenever I play oil countries, there's a ton of inflation, even though I don't really use oil contracts. It's just oil prices increasing from Ukraine. I gotta say, I like your tutorials, but personally, I learn much better by seeing someone do something. Yeah, I think that's what I'm kind of doing with, are you talking about, like, with just the stream or something, like, generally watching me stream? Oh, yeah, I forgot, Indonesia, overcrowded prisons. Mr. President, our prisons are on the brink of asphyxiation. The prison population surpasses by far the capacity of our penitentiary system, It is also imperative to build new prisons in order to avoid violence and hygiene problems linked to overpopulation, unless, of course, you'd rather ease the crowd by declaring an amnesty. So I'm going to wait until my approval goes up to like 70-80%, and I'm going to declare a amnesty. But in the meantime, I'm going to come over to justice. We're going to go over to prisoners. We're going to do this. I'm thinking about getting like a book right now where I can just, need to start writing some of this down. There's also a possibility within the next week, by the way, that Eversim is going to be releasing a video or a update for Geopolitical Simulator 2022 edition. So look forward to that. I will be live whenever that happens. Hopefully they do it in the next couple of days because I am going to be off. So 270 places. And I am over capacity by a whopping 200%. Wow. Wow. So 270 places. So let's do the calculations here. 492. And that's 200% capacity. So that's 492 times 270. That's 132,000 places. Or prisoners in Indonesia. So that means that about times 265. I'd say about between 265 to 300,000 people are in our prisons. So I don't even know how we're doing this right now. They have to be building like camps, they have to be just kind of stuffed into like 5 people per cell. So realistically, I would have to double. I would need like 800 to 1,000 prisons to really ease that situation. So we're gonna build up. Yeah, we would be investing at least $5 billion into our institutions for prisons. Like, yikes. So we're gonna be declaring an amnesty very soon. We're gonna do against traffic laws, sentences of less than 3 months. Let me see what the opinion of this would be. People would like it, and Parliament would sort of be on our side, except this is more of a kind of like a general order. So it'd be like an executive order, essentially. Join the International Criminal Courts, control measures for judges. We could actually ease restrictions on the justice system. Maybe that'll actually help. Department of Justice is the authority that supervises the application of laws in the country. The Constitution defines the independence of the judicial institution, how it operates, and its impartiality in settling disputes. The question of the independence of the justice is the only power capable of judging the legislative, which drafts and votes on the laws, and the executive, which implements them, and thus is primordial importance in all states. Whoa. So, prisons, construction. So 8, we could 10. Let's go for 10 right now. That'll help out just a tiny bit. Encouraging the development of battle robots. Oh yeah, that's definitely what we need. Also could invade Kuala Lumpur. Gonna draft into Malaysia, into our Indonesian union. Obviously, I actually was like making a thumbnail for this stream, and I almost used a PNG of Indonesia and Malaysia kind of formed together, and I kind of caught it, and I was like, oh wait, hang on, no, that's not it. It's actually what would be really cool. It'd be like a lot less. It'd be really cool, like formation basically. Papua New Guinea, Malaysia, and Indonesia, all one country. Be really, really nice looking. At least leave this part to Malaysia, and then literally just take this. Just take all of this right here. I cannot remember the northern half of Borneo from Malaysia. All one country. I actually just realized that I have those hashtags still in there, so I'll go ahead and get rid of those. Guys that are watching right now, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. But leave a like. We have 14 people watching. We can get up to 10 likes. Let's go.
Although
Bad figures of our unemployment, 8%, so we were up 6%. Wow. Yikes. Just went up 2% in 10 days. What's going on, Indonesia? So we are going to call for a meeting from the United States. We're going to do this on the 7th of February. Hopefully they don't cancel that. High school students beginning to feel cramped. God, we really need to like ease the stress on our systems. Let me look. Oof, look at that. Population per medical doctor 1,230, and population per hospital bed is 1,189. That's sick. And education, primary school attendance rate 96. 19 per student teacher, number of students per teacher in primary education, and in secondary education it's 17 per teacher. Percentage of science is 0.05. So we have 2 million public servants in the education sector. That's the fun part about being such a big population with such a poor economy. And I'm not even calling them poor. I'm not saying like, you know, Indonesia. I mean, I don't know that much about Indonesia. They've always kind of been a country that interests me. I actually know somewhat a little bit about this one of these islands over here. Probably seen it in memes and everything. There's basically like this there's basically this festival that happens every year, every so often that let's see, Bali. It's Bali. It's this volcano right here. Go look it up. Just look up the Bali festival and you'll probably know what I mean. I really like all the regions in Indonesia. You can actually take these islands individually if you would want to. So Jakarta is on the Java island. Okay. Creation of coalition. Since we have not retained a majority in parliament, we should consider a political coalition with other parties. This could possibly facilitate legislative voting and potentially promote a single candidate for future elections. Which we could consider. Go to parliaments. We really need to up the amount of socialists we have in in parliament because the communists have way too much power right now. It's pretty evenly distributed between the socialists and the communists, so it's a definite left-wing government. News on the 2022 edition update. Essentially, there is news that there's possibly some sort of it was like a 600 megabyte update that someone reported, and said like, hey, what's this big 600 megabyte update for Power and Revolution? And I haven't gotten an update myself, nor has there one been downloaded yet on my side, so I don't know. So there's possibly an update that is going to be coming out in the next couple of days, which is what we're looking for. And I'm still, paying attention to the Discord just in case. So, let me actually check Steam as well. No, and I have not received any emails at this time for any update. No, it's a bug. What's a bug? The update?
Although you're...
It's interesting how Indonesia and Brazil have similar population sizes. Oh yeah, we could actually do a 277. Oh, yeah, they are. Pretty similar economy too. How many's in Australia? 26 million. So farming. We're going to do 50 million for subsidies to farming. Okay, so since we just got that popularity boost, we're going to go to justice. We're going to go to legislation, amnesty, and we're going to declare an amnesty of sentences less than 3 months. Amnesty, whose Greek roots mean to forget, is a public law concept. An amnesty often takes place when a new leader comes to power. It cancels the prosecutions delivered by his or her predecessor. So we're going to declare a general amnesty for those who have been... Whoa. I just expanded my deficit for some reason. I don't know why. We're going to... shouldn't that help? We'll see. We'll see what the reaction to that is. Okay. Humanitarian survey reports. Wealthy people. People didn't like that. Financial reform in 2022. Vote was held. Forced to resign from his position. So that was to be assured, honestly. We're going to make sure that this lad is not corrupted. So we're going to go ahead and confirm him to the position of culture. Any maneuvers. And so we started off with about a 6% deficit. 6.12. So long as we don't go to like 9%, which honestly 6% is really the limit that we want to stay under. We don't want to go above 7%, and like 3% is usually what you don't. 3%, or the 3% rule in Power and Revolution is essentially, this was actually told to me by Eversim, so this is actually real advice from Eversim on the economy. So whatever your deficit starts off with, 3% is what you want to stay within. If you expand your deficit by 3%, you're more likely to go into economic failure. If you go beyond 3%, that's whenever you go into bankruptcy. So pushing it beyond 3% is really what you want to not do. So that was told to me by Eversim, which is really cool. So again, economic advice from... Wait. Hang on, what's going on in my stream? Percent? Oh, you're kidding me. Hang on. Seriously? I was clicked on a different... It's been like that for 10 minutes. I'm so sorry, guys. Jesus Christ, how did I not notice that? You gotta love technical difficulties. I am so sorry. Main thing right now we're trying to do is we need to go to farming. 1.7 billion. We're gonna invest in some organic farming, get to diplomatic offensive.
I must confess to you that
the current level of our budget deficit is not at all reassuring.
Small offenses, large offenses. So, amnesty, how long does it take to come into effect? So that will come into effect on the very end of the month. Perfect. Underestimated world menace. Trash! So you guys can see now? Okay, cool.
our sportsmen...
BG and massive deficits, normal. Quorum, pallet quorum. Oh man. Or lack of materials and equipment, add to the leniency of teachers' training. The ruin of our education system, if you allow me to say, is hanging before our very eyes. Hasn't it already been a thing for like 20 years?
Our fellow countrymen's purchasing.
I would like...
Now you listen to Rema. We're moving toward our meeting with the United States.
Your
country's elevated financial solvency rating has acquired us.
$69 billion budget deficit. So we need to kind of grow ourselves out. If we can get this up to like 6%, we're gonna be pretty good, honestly. So we're gonna do that with a contract from the United States. As long as the deficit doesn't exceed 3% more than your yearly starting deficit, you're fine. Yeah. TLDR of what I said earlier, I just got a little distracted with my frozen screen that I had on for 8 minutes. Crap, that's what I need to be doing. Energy surplus. 989. We need to get this done in 5 months. Make sure that we don't go into any sort of electricity shortfall.
The decree takes effect as of today.
Alright, and our decree goes into effect. 144. Oh. 2 million in administration and 2.8 million in education. Wow. Whoa. That is... We really hope, we really should make sure that we're not going to have any issues with education where we have to increase their pay. So long as I can afford to increase their pay, I will do it. But... Or yeah, if I can grow myself out, it's gonna basically be the goal. looking at February 12th, which is going to be our meeting. And we are now in a very dangerous period where our economy could be affected by the Russo-Ukrainian war. That's why we are subsidizing agriculture.
No. I hope.
Propose a military alliance. Let's go ahead and ask them for a support agreement. Actually, for a non-aggression pact.
Yes.
Then automobile. We're gonna do 37. Cement. We can actually give them do 894, 927. So 208. Automobile construction, that's about $20 billion. 28. Yeah, classic Indonesian vehicles will now be hitting the American markets. $200 billion. What is my current GDP right now? 1.16. 1.16, and that's a $200 billion contract. 30% growth rate. Yeah, see, that's what I'm thinking is that's going to skyrocket my growth rate. So that's what I really think I should just sign a lower contract and then maybe go to someone else for that coal contract. Because I really don't want my growth rate to go to 30%. So yeah, we're actually going to refuse this contract. We're going to refuse that. So that's what I was thinking. I'm like, okay, what's the... We're going to go ahead and do a couple with the United States. So we're going to do chemicals. We do cereal. Yeah, we can actually do some... Hang on. 30. We'll sell some cereals to the United States. And we will do... Hang on. Yeah. Drink every time you hear me say hang on. Oil and natural gas. 50% inflation. Let's go. Let's go. Steel, chemicals for 13.23, so that's 23.9 plus 13.1. That's about 40. So this is like less than $50 billion. $10.5, 191, 2075, so 26 plus 10.5, 5, 6, 8. So that's 36.8 plus. It's about 40 point. It's about $40 billion exactly. We're gonna sign it. So we're gonna call this the Portland Agreement. We're gonna call it the Portland Agreement. Send that to the United States. Damn it, they changed it. 6 to 60 billion. we're going to lower the price to 25, 45, it's 55, 57, it's about 60. 60, that was 30%. This is probably going to give us... Yeah, we're going to do it. And I change it again. Damn it. 56. 56, 13. It's about 69. 69, 70. It's about 74. Should I accept it? 74 against 1.1 trillion. God, I can't do that kind of math in my head. We're gonna accept it, and if it goes sideways, we're gonna cancel it. Okay, that's it. If it goes sideways, when we lose control of inflation, we're gonna... Wait, people actually really didn't like that trade negotiation?
Well done.
Economy. Yeah, actually, they really didn't like that steel agreement. Much more expensive. Wait. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you sale, purchase? God damn it. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. All of that was import. I was supposed to be exporting. Oh god, that's why I'm so stupid. Oh, I'm so mad. All of that analysis. All of that analysis for nothing. All right, we're gonna start a new contract with the United States. Sales. Automobile. Purchase. Sales. Always make sure you click sales. And we're gonna do... Oh, so I don't have steel. No wonder. Wood. Yeah, we'll do some wood. So we're gonna do 192 and 36. So that's 22. It's about $43 billion. We're gonna do one more. We're actually going to also expand manufacturing as well. 7-11. We're going to go for another $50 billion contract. At least an above $50 billion contract. 476. And all of these are sales. All of these are sales. Okay, 36. 192. 476. Send it over. Wait a couple of days. And then we're going to be able to negotiate again. Usually with smaller countries, I only have to negotiate them once. So 26, 20. 146, 178. 328, 422. Well above our asking price. Let's go ahead and sign this contract. Ink is dry. Expires February 14th, 2027. Okay, and let's see what the analysis on that contract was. And detailed preceding clause. Let's look at all of them. Automobile. So will let us sell at a much better price than usual, guaranteeing us substantial profits. This contract guarantees a large sale of a large portion of our production. Revenue is not high enough to really strengthen our economy. Manufacturing the product is profitable, so exporting it will be beneficial to the economy. It will only create a few jobs, and it is a good contract for the economy. Good contract for the economy. It will create a few jobs. It's all for wood. Particularly profitable, and selling more of it will bring more profits. Not really high enough to strengthen our economy. Guarantees the sale of a large portion of our production. Will let us sell at a much better price. And then let us sell at a much better price. Guarantees the sale of a large portion of our production for cereals. Revenue represented by this contract is insignificant compared to our global economic activity. It's particularly profitable, and selling more of it will bring even more profits. It will only create a few jobs, and is a good contract for the economy. Good. So that'll boost our growth just a bit more, and we should be able to kind of lower our deficit even more. That'll actually be really good for the stock market as well. Does every country have a stock market? AMN in stream, let's go. I haven't not seen AMN in a stream in a while. So, oh, look at that, 4.88% right now. Oof, 10%. I knew it was going to do something like that. So we're going to increase the interest rates. But also, we are going to be increasing our industrial pollution tax. Good. Awesome. And that'll actually lower our growth rate. So, really good tool to fight inflation with. And also to make some money. And it is February 25th, 2022, and Russia has declared war on Ukraine. Should we take a side? Let's look at our relations real quick. We are really bad relations with China. We are in really bad relations with Russia. And we are in pretty good relations with some EU nations, as well as the United States. We'll go ahead and block Russia from certain activities. So let's go over here and manage financial sanctions against belligerent countries. And we're going to place sanctions on manage. We're going to apply financial sanctions against belligerent nation against Russia. Financial sanctions are a series of measures which aim to put the targeted country into financial difficulty by causing GDP losses and indirectly a decrease in state revenue and an inflationary impact on the price of its currency. Various methods used, including seizure of financial assets or bank accounts of the country and their leaders, confiscating real estate, blocking transfers of capital with banks in the targeted country, prohibiting financial activities of the banking sector companies on the soil of the target country. Let's go ahead and apply that, and then we will also manage arms embargoes. Should we? Yeah, we're going to go ahead and prefer Western weapons over Russian weapons. Even though Russian weapons are pretty cheap for our economy, we would like to actually rely on some reliable equipment for our military. Go ahead and go to the next day. If you want, we can impose financial sanctions on one of the aggressors. It's very effective at damaging an economy, and if you succeed in convincing other countries to do the same thing, Sanctioned country can find themselves isolated and economically powerless. Gives us a warning if we ever want to go against anyone else. East Timor. Let's see. Ukraine declares war on Russia. Call to allies. We're pretty spooked if the NATO actually like goes into Ukraine and defends them. Up and now it's saving. So how are you guys doing? How is everyone in chat? Still nothing from Eversim, so still waiting on that. 305. See what their growth rate is, 8%. There's a riot in Incheon, which is actually a suburb of Seoul. Attack in Depok shopping
Several
mall.
bombs exploded in a big downtown shopping mall. The relief teams quickly intervened, but there are already many victims.
Jesus Christ. Declares war on Ukraine.
In a statement sent to the press, the terrorist organization...
Jesus Christ. Wow. Where was this attack? Let's look. Outside of... It's in the city of Depok in Java province, right outside of Sumatra. 87 people have lost their lives. Wow. Let's go ahead and transfer $100 million to the victims right now. That'll probably help them out. Well, actually, damage estimate $6.5 million. So that should actually, yep, that eliminated the attack. So we just gave them like way more money than they actually asked for. $6 million in damage to that shopping mall. That is unacceptable. Let's go ahead and go over here. Asian Islamic Fighters Organization. Placed under surveillance. We can do 19 people under surveillance. Let's go. We're going to do the Papua New Guinea Autonomous League. They actually like us? Really?
The bill has
been voted on and the law has been passed.
Guys, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Well, actually, look. How many subscribers are we at? We are at 6,408. If you guys, again, have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Let's hit 6,410. We are we are fighting against Francie. Francie is a French YouTuber that has declared war on my channel. You can go watch his video if you guys can speak French. But we are fighting Mr. Francie in terms of let's actually invite Australia over for a meeting. We're fighting Francie in terms of getting to 10,000 subscribers. First, we're doing a $100 giveaway at 10,000 subscribers. So again, if you guys are interested in participating in this giveaway, subscribe to the channel, and then we will hit 10,000 subscribers in no time. Economic and commercial policy, are we protectionist or liberal? It is likely not that important to answer this question right away. On the contrary, we should really take into account all the tools at our disposal to enhance our growth and our domestic market, such as tariffs on the one hand and free trade agreements on the other. Indeed, let us not miss any opportunities. One thing I'm really excited for about this next update is that we are most likely going to be able to have the ability to tariff other nations for political reasons, economic reasons, anything. So what I really am looking forward to, and I really hope that they put this in this next update, is that they will kind of clarify what the WTO is in the game. WTO always kicks you out whenever you place sanctions on other nations or tariffs on other nations. In the last update that they actually made, they actually got rid of the kicking you out a part of the WTO whenever you sanction another country. So actually what I'm going to do in a minute is I'm going to start sanctioning Russia on specific products, mostly food and commercial products, or actually industrial. So that's going to be one thing that we're going to do, is sanction Russia. But that's what I really like about this new update that they released previously. Not this new one, but previously. They actually kind of said, okay, you can actually sanction other countries now. So hopefully in this next one, they're going to release a new update, and then you're going to actually start tariffing countries and not really have that much of a limit in terms of tariffs that you can place on other countries. At least maybe there's going to be a limit there, but you know, it's not going to get you kicked out of the WTO as easily as it is now. So head of states, let's go over here, go over to my party, change political parties. Let's look. Communist, center right, party non-existent, center right. Should I stay in the Indonesian Social Front as a socialist party, or should I change my party? Should I go to a center party? Should I go to a conservative party? Should I go to a some sort of should I go to a center left party, center right party? I'm really thinking kind of like center left, center right. Center left, you know, we're still, you know, biting a lot more from our left-leaning colleagues, because if we were to go to like a, what do you call it? If we were to go straight to conservative or anything like that, then it probably would be a little more difficult. Fringe element of supporters in the abandoned party will remain loyal to the chief state, will join a new party, whether it is already existing party or newly formed party. This fringe element will rely on the chief of state's popularity and political leanings of the new party. Finally, in the light of this new situation, the entire government will step down, and it will be necessary to appoint new ministers. So, should I stay as socialists, or should I? I'll actually hold it to a poll. We're gonna say, should PG stay as a socialist president, or should he change political party to center? So go ahead and vote in that poll. Every poll is a goal, lads. Actually, we have a budget ceiling. I actually just realized that. Current budget, INS polling, expenditures, term of office budget capped. I could actually change that as well. Change it to mixed and unlimited funding. Let me actually see. It's 56. It could actually pass. Just joined. Do you know if Sabaus will play Power and Revolution again? Yeah, that's what Sabaus needs to do. I need Sabaus to endorse my race to 10,000. He needs to help me against the French. Help me, Sabaus. Help me. But he actually, Sabaus actually gave me a shout out on his previous live stream not too long ago. He actually said that if you guys are interested, if you guys want Power and Revolution from him, I mean, I post it, so He has 30,000.
We have strong
Whoa.
suspicions that this
He has 30,000 subscribers, which is amazing. So, if you guys are disappointed that Mr. Sabalos isn't playing Parent Revolution, come over to me. Just got here now. Has there been any update recently, PG? No. There has not. There has not been. I don't even know. Ah! They're gonna launch another attack. I'm just gonna have to let it play through. Like, I don't have any information.
our time.
Sure. I hope you.
Come on. You guys can do it. Can you? I guess not. Damn. Against global warming. Impose. Russia.
No problem.
No problem. I intended to do that anyway. Thank you so much. Apparently you can tell your Alexa. Apparently you can tell it to take me to the moon. I had to pause there because my device went off. Give me 1 second, boys. Okay. Very real Australian accent right there. Crikey! Wait, hang on. Here. Afghanistan.
Considering the state of our relations, my vision is rather grim. It is grotesque.
It's grotesque. Yeah, I know, right? That is a very good Australian accent. God, I would love Eversim to contact me for a voiceover. Let's look. Okay, so the main thing I want with Australia is a free trade agreement. If we can get a free trade agreement with them, that'll be preferable, because we do actually have some very similar economy with each other. Let's look. Economic. Oh yeah, actually damn. They're probably not gonna accept that with us. What about Brazil? Similar economy. Probably. What about India? Oh no. Well, about like 2.5 times our economy. Let's go over here. There's an engine problem with Artemis 1. Is that correct? What's the new date for the launch? So I woke up at like 6 in the morning to watch Artemis launch, and I was going to stream it. So essentially what happened, so there's 4 engines on the bottom of this rocket, RS-25 engines. Each engine is equivalent to 14. Each RS-25 engine is equivalent to 14 jumbo jet 747s. So, how much energy that would give off. So just put 14 jumbo jets next to each other, and that's an RS-25 engine. Now, multiply that by 4. So essentially what they were doing is that, and the way they described it, it's a wet dress rehearsal. Wet dress rehearsal, they get it out onto the pad. They literally go through every single startup procedure they're supposed to be doing. And then right before the countdown ends, at like 6 seconds, That's whenever they turn on the engines, they light it up, and they launch it. That's what they were going to do. So the wet dress rehearsal, they do all of the startup procedures, they do everything. They have it out on a pad. The only difference with what they were going to do today is that they were going to light the engines and launch it and go through with the entire mission, go to the moon, go around the moon, come back, and then enter the Earth's atmosphere at Mach 35. The biggest thing that happened today is that the temperature reading on one of the RS-25 engines, on engine number 3, the temperature was not what they wanted it to be. So they're supposed to be at a very specific temperature, and all of them are basically supposed to be around the same temperature. What happened is that engine number 3 was basically asleep. There was nothing happening with engine number 3. If you launch that thing, one of your engines isn't on. That thing's going to spin out of control and hit something. And you don't want that thing coming down as the largest rocket that you've ever launched in human history. Like, the launch of Artemis is history in the making. And it's disappointing that we didn't get to see a launch today, but I would much rather see a completely successful Artemis mission than seeing that beautiful rocket blow up on the launch pad or blow up as it's exiting the atmosphere. So the next launch date that they're looking at for Artemis 1 is September 2nd. September 2nd, that is the earliest possible date that they can launch Artemis 1. They most likely will not do that because they're probably going to need a couple more days to do that. So they're probably going to push it to September 5th. Honestly, I really want them to do that because I work that morning and I'm not going to be able to watch the launch. So I really hope that, really hope that it's not on September 2nd. So that's the update with the Artemis rocket. Again, very disappointing that it didn't launch. I really wanted to see it launch. But again, I would much rather see a successful mission than seeing a spectacular explosion on the launch pad. Does Elon Musk have any plans concerning the moon like NASA does, or is he more focused on Mars? They're more focused on Mars, but the Artemis program is actually a joint effort between SpaceX and NASA. So essentially, let me pull this up on the game. Essentially, what they're doing is, let me click. Essentially, what they're doing is that they're gonna come around. They're gonna launch from Florida. They're gonna come around, and then they're gonna come around to the moon. Come out like this. Whenever they come out like this, they get into lunar orbit, and then essentially what's going to happen on the moon is that there's going to be a space station called Gateway. So actually, Gateway won't be built until after we land on the moon. So Artemis 3 is going to be the official moon landing mission. What essentially is going to happen is that later on in the Artemis program, they're going to build a space station called Gateway. But the lander, I think it's going to be pre-positioned beforehand. So it's going to be like this giant moon lander built by SpaceX. That's actually what they're going to land with. They actually have a couple of pictures of this lander out on the internet, the concept art. It's probably going to look a little bit different, but the main thing that it looks similar to is Starship. So they're essentially going to be landing Starship on the moon whenever we go back. Later on, they're going to build a space station called Gateway, and Gateway will serve as like this movable space station that, you know, if you want to go to a different part of the moon, you can kind of adjust the orbit of Gateway and then have a much preferable orbit. And then it'll also serve as a fueling station. It will serve as a a very, very, it will serve a lot of purposes for future moon missions, colonization of the moon, and then eventually missions to Mars. That is the whole reason why, because everyone's saying like, well, we've already been to the moon. We've already been to the moon. Why don't we just go to Mars? Well, you have to walk before you can run. So if we're sitting here wanting to say, okay, colonize Mars, well, we need to start close. You want to start colonizing Mars, we need to start colonizing literally the celestial body that has been orbiting us for 4 billion years. We have a celestial body that is prime for exploitation, prime for economic benefit, prime for colonization. And so that's the main thing about the moon. Like, you have to walk before you can run. If we're sitting here ignoring the gigantic celestial body right next to us, why are we going to Mars? Because the other thing that benefits us about the moon, the other thing that benefits with the moon is that the moon essentially is a much cheaper alternative to going to Mars. So there's this funny thing around our planet called an atmosphere. So the atmosphere, the lower you are in the atmosphere, the more drag there is. That's why our rockets have to be so powerful, because you have to escape not only the Earth's gravity, but you also need to be escaping that you have to go very, very fast, because the drag is so much at ground level, because there's so much air down here. That's why we can breathe and everything. So that's the main thing that serves us with the moon, is that if we were to launch, it's basically like being on a catapult. It's a moving catapult, because the moon orbits us every 28 days. You get it perfectly correct, you can literally have the moon slingshot you to wherever you want in the solar system. And the way it would be serving us, it would be slingshotting us straight to Mars. You don't have to deal with the air. You don't have to deal with that much gravity. You are far enough from the Earth where you only have to build a moderately powerful rocket to go to Mars. And then that's enough fuel for any trip home from Mars. So I believe that the United States and other world powers should focus more on earthly problems and less on space. We have so many problems to deal with here. And that's the other thing about space exploration. People say, well, we have so many problems here. The thing about that is that climate change is a big thing. The more we understand about the world around us, the more we understand about the planets that are around us, the more we can assist in our problems here at home. If we don't understand anything about our planet and we're looking at rising sea levels, toxicity in the oceans, everything like that, and we're not looking out to the stars because we're saying, oh, well, we have to focus on what's going on here. Well, how are we going to focus on what's going on down here if we don't understand what's going on? The more we understand about what's happening in the solar system, the more we understand about the moon, of Mars, of Jupiter, of Saturn, the more we will understand what our position is in the galaxy, but also how to solve our problems here. We can solve poverty with space exploration. We can solve the issue of high-end manufacturing jobs with space exploration. If you guys want more of a, and this is a little bit of a progressive show. There's a little bit of a lot of politics to have to do with this show. If you guys want to see my point, watch the show on Apple TV, For All Mankind. Kind of later on in the show, it kind of shows you what the benefits of this is. We can solve electricity production with space exploration because we could focus more on fusion technology. We don't understand that much about fusion technology because we, again, We stopped exploring the solar system 50 years ago. The furthest we went out is the moon. We just went there and got a couple of rocks, came home, planted a flag. But that's the difference that we're doing with the Artemis program. And the Artemis program, by the way, is not just the United States. It's a combination of countries that have signed on to an international agreement called the Artemis Accords. This includes the United States, Brazil, Argentina, France, the United Kingdom, Ukraine, Japan, South Korea, Australia. I believe New Zealand is even a member of the Artemis Accords. And the Artemis Accords essentially is an international agreement which seeks to essentially kind of give out because the whole goal is to start colonization efforts. It's to start the economic exploitation of the moon, and then once we are able to get those resources back here, and then plus once we're on the moon, if there is water on the southern and northern halves of the moon, that makes it, for one, a lot cheaper, and then two, that just proves that there is water on other planets. Then we're going to go to Europa. We're going to possibly discover life on Europa because there is an ocean underneath Europa. And then we could look and say, if we go to Europa, we're already that far out into the solar system. And then for one, it's less travel time to the deeper solar system. It's less travel time to the stars beyond our planet. So yeah, space travel drives innovation. If we're going to sit here and say, okay, well, we need to focus on what's going on here, I agree that there are a lot of issues that are happening here. But if we just sit here and focus on ourselves for hundreds of years and not innovate ourselves to expand out into the solar system, what are we doing as a species? Because then we're saying, well, our squabbly problems like war, it will solve so many problems here. It will solve so many problems here if we innovate ourselves to expand out into the solar system.
The preparation.
I literally just ranted about space for like 20 minutes. 10 minutes, actually.
Your country.
Killing tarantulas. Okay, not that bad. So let's go over to farming. Proportion. We need 1.5. Having a drink real quick. Really thirsty, I'm sorry.
The kidnapping took
Uh-oh. Not everyone knows how close he is to you. Is that not a little corrupt? Oh yeah, I forgot. Indonesia is actually pretty corrupt. All right. Video on demand watchers skip that part. Yeah, I know. People that are watching this later on, they're just gonna be like, dude, shut up. I don't care about space. Movie actor taken hostage. Sorry, we don't negotiate terrorists. Selfie of the year. Oh yeah, this one caught selfie during a bank robbery, has been laid off and is under internal. Police officer caught taking a selfie during your bank robbery. Oh my god. That's an unfortunate blunder that it must not overshadow the tremendous work carried out by our police officers all year round. I like reading the newspaper. It's actually like really interesting because I don't know. I have a lot of fun reading it. Yeah, let's do a meeting with Kuwait. I do like how Kuwait's flag basically kind of does look like Kuwait. Right here in the black. I need to look up what their flag means. Any Kuwaitis in the chat? Velcro, Teflon, integrated circuits, etc. were developed originally for space travel. Yeah, exactly. Velcro, I can definitely see that. $13.4 billion worth of debt. That's actually pretty good. That's pretty good, actually. So that increases 8.6%, $64 billion. Let's change political party to center. We're going to end that poll. Everyone says that I should change my political party to center. 71% say center, 28% say stay as a socialist president. Good thing I did not call a snap election. Hope Brazil one day does a manned space mission to the moon, as well as Canada. Ooh. It's actually a good idea for the Brazil series. We're going to send a man to the moon. Beat the United States.
The bill has been...
And the Emir of Kuwait.
Sure.
Let me see. Against Russia. Oh, thank you. Propose a military alliance. What is our relations with Kuwait? Pretty good. 13. Wait. Why? They literally wanted a meeting with me and then they didn't say anything. They didn't get. I was expecting a contract. Okay, yeah, inflation is going up right now. Let's look. 8.28. Russia-Ukraine war. 44 days, 41,000 killed, 65,000, well.
Our infiltrated agent.
Oh, infiltrated agent was spotted and murdered. Imagine a casino on the moon. What about like an amusement park? We're going to the moon. Da 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 da. Sailors on the moon. We're armed with a harpoon. Tell me y'all get that reference. Is it sailors or whalers? Or whalers on the moon.
We could greatly.
I hate the way that guy talks. Greatly? It's like a. Industry, sales. Profits are up good. Productivity index is actually down. Our network has been partially disbanded. Oh, I love Gabe Vogel. Big shout out to Gabe Vogel to being with this channel for so many years. Cement roadway. Artemis launch and Power and Revolution. Actually, there is an Artemis program in Power and Revolution. If you can actually look. Artemis 2. So this is manned orbital flight. And Artemis. See, it says Artemis, but it needs to be Artemis 3. I don't know why they specified Artemis 2 and then literally just put Artemis for Artemis 3. So Artemis 1 is actually not in here. Here's the Chang 4. Boo. These Canada space programs partner with the United States. They don't have anything like the ESA. Join the Accords. That would actually be really cool if they had the Artemis Accords in here. Should focus on infrastructure for tourism and mobility due to the density of the cities.
York.
Really thinking about. Yeah, we're gonna 419 cancel the bill. Cancel that bill. We don't want our growth rate to dip.
You have
So services, that's what I'm looking at. Tourism. China's going to be mad once they see our nice spaceships in space. Yes. That's the main reason that that all of this is happening, by the way, is because China and Russia are going to the moon. They're actually they're calling it like the International Lunar Base. And essentially the Chinese and the Russians are working together with each other to go to the moon. And the United States does not want to be caught behind. It's officially like, I mean, if you disagree with this, I don't know what you're seeing. This is the second Cold War. We're in the midst of the second Cold War. It's most likely been going on for several years, at least since 2014. Since the Ukrainian Revolution, the second Cold War has been underway. So it's a race to space. It's the second space race. So this is history. This is history. You're going to be telling your kids about this. Pretty sure the Outer Space Treaty is going to be null and void in the next 10 years. You guys have seen For All Mankind. It literally just shows that the Outer Space Treaty exists and no one cares. I'm going to give a $100 million subsidy out to the tourism sector. We're going to exonerate the sector as well. We only make $1.5 billion in profits and income tax 0.68%. And America is beating both, yes. We're already about to send a mission, like a unmanned mission to the moon, around the moon. So.
We have obtained some.
Let's go ahead and check our terrorist peoples. Surveillance helped a little old lady cross the street. Arrest him. File under surveillance. Place under surveillance. Jihadist caliphates. Place under surveillance. Space Race 2 Electric Boogaloo. Oh, love you guys. Kazakhstan. Oh, Kazakhstan, our greatest country in the world. All other countries are run by little girls. Kazakhstan, Kazakhstan, greatest in the nation. Especially as much as those Turkmenistan. Why is everyone helping old ladies cross the streets? And I think that's suspicious. They're working together. No, I don't want to give you money. It's like all the terrorist guys that kidnap people. They're just sugar babies that got mad and kidnap someone. Damn, I don't have rare earth oxides. Do I... Hang on. Impossible to... I love that feature. I love that it says that it's impossible to open. So it literally says, don't subsidize this. You have jack, like, nothing in this sector. What about aluminum? Let's expand aluminum. Artemis got delayed. Yes. We just talked. I'm not going to go on another Artemis rant. I've already talked about Artemis enough on this stream. Because I honestly probably should have dedicated a whole stream to Artemis, which is what I was thinking about doing, honestly. No one ever pays money to these kidnappers. So am I at 1.72? Let's go. All right, let's go ahead and open a global economic treaty with Australia. Try to negotiate that. If we can get that done, that will be amazing. Help our growth rate out. I'm thinking about doing one with the United States, but I don't know. Papua New Guinea would actually be a really good option. But they're actually asking for a meeting, so let's actually meet with our neighbor. Speaking of, apparently the Solomon Islands... Jesus Christ, 1,600 victims. The Solomon Islands actually refused British and American Coast Guard vessels entry into their waters. And this is actually a big thing because there is democratic backsliding happening right now in Solomon Islands, as well as it's all kind of being shoehorned by the Chinese government. So it's a big development in the geopolitical realm because if you can actually see, look at that. Ooh, where does the Solomon Islands lie? Right in between the United States and Australia. Come over here, you do a blockade. You have a little base right here that you can kind of like come over here and try to block off any American ships that would want to help Australia. PJ, are you excited for about world warfare and economics? I heard that space exploration and even colonization will be more detailed and exciting than Power and Revolution. Yes, I'm very excited for that, and I'm very excited for that space feature. That's what I want in the next development update. I need to tell them that. I'm like, hey, space exploration, do this because Artemis is about to launch. It will be possible to explore many galaxies and planets and maybe even encounter conscious extraterrestrial life forms. Yeah, and then you're gonna have to unite the world against the aliens that are coming. Just gonna be the Covenant invading. Just literally like, so how many? 1,600 dead.
Our infiltrated they
No. Under surveillance. Old lady across the street. Old lady across the street. No. And Islamic. Old lady across the street.
The hostage takers liberated their hostage.
Really?
This is an
They literally got nothing and they liberated this, so they were bluffing. I like how you can actually kind of like wait them out until they bluff.
Good morning.
Good morning. Milk. 104. No, not right now. What is our relations with Kazakhstan? We're going to ignore them for right now. Don't really have any interests in expanding into Central Asia. And our free trade agreement with Australia has failed. Your level of food standards seems insufficient to us. That was actually the only reason, so if I can actually go to here. 604. Let's go ahead and negotiate that now. Again, with Australia, and I think they'll be able to accept us. One more thing, which begins more detailed Power and Revolution or 4th generation warfare? Power and Revolution. I wonder if we should go for a free trade agreement with East Timor. It's basically like, oh yeah, hang on. We're going to go ahead and claim East Timor as our land. And literally anyone that does business with East Timor is we're going to close our embassies with. Our infiltrated agent was spotted and murdered.
Good morning.
So, milk. Why does everyone want to give me milk? Everyone wants to give me milk. I literally just got 2 individual contracts that were just milk. What is our relations with Papua New Guinea? Economic. We could actually sign a free trade agreement with them. What is 27? Oh yeah, never mind. Never mind. Declare war. Yeah. And bet the last invasion of East Timor worked out well. Uh-oh. Flooding. Fail. Damn it, seriously? I knew it. I knew it. It was because of our relations. Damn it. Well, okay, so I'm gonna save this real quick. And Indonesia. I'm gonna save that. We're gonna restart this song real quick. What game is this? This is Power and Revolution, geopolitical simulator 4. Essentially, you can take control of any nation you want, so long as they are not Liechtenstein, Andorra, San Marino, Vatican City. You can take control of any country you want in the world, even Taiwan, even Kosovo, even South Sudan, and you can also even take control of various terrorist groups around the world, even ISIS if you want to. You can play as the Kurds, and you can liberate yourselves from your country. Or you can just do what I do and just kind of like try to make the country better. So our goal for Indonesia is to make Indonesia a lot better. And I think I'm actually going to form this into a live stream series. So you guys will actually see a lot more of Indonesia because we have a lot of work to do as Indonesia. Why am I doing so bad in my catastrophe management? Farmers mobilized. We haven't come to ask for financial aid. Yeah, I'm trying to do that. So $3 billion. $3 billion. Let's go. 10,000 negative 10,000 social credit. Never play as ISIS and attack America. There's one day I'm just gonna get just slammed off of YouTube because like they misconstrue something that I say in my video. That's why I'm very careful.
The population affected by the disaster is in a very precarious situation. Must have lost.
Pharmaceutical industry is up and running again. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Wait, were they... Let me look. I think they were nationalized. Pharmaceutical, perfumes and cosmetics. Let me actually look at this one. Chemical, coal, flowers, water supply networks. So is this like Way Forward, but less war and more in depth? It's essentially... yeah. Think about the Millennium Dawn. It's essentially Hoi 4 without war. Like, you can still go to war. You can... The war mechanic is not as detailed as what do you call it? Hoi 4. But, Master Sam, thank you so much for joining the stream, by the way. Does Canada have any active space program in the game? I think so. Maybe one or two. Probably not, actually. Programs, country. They actually don't. Yeah, they don't. So this is like before, but less war. Yeah, less war, very in depth. So, like, for example, I can go over to taxation. You have all these numbers right here. Sectors nationalized. You have Gini coefficient, income equality, public debt as GDP percentage of GDP, public debt in total. You can come over here to, you have like over 130 different economic sectors that you can kind of mess with. You can come over here, legalize cannabis and then give it subsidies. You can come over here. You have all these options right here. You can nationalize, impose price reduction, exonerate the sector from taxes. You can place custom duties on specific countries, which they're going to fix that in the next update. Subsidies. You can grow these sectors with subsidies. And I really, really am disappointed you can't legalize this. Or be able to have my country create one and the country funds them. Yeah. You can kind of fight poverty. You can fight global warming. Everything like that. And here we go again. This stream is going to become a new economic tutorial. Yeah, economic tutorial 4.0 is essentially going to be like part 2 of the first economic tutorial. So like the first economic, the economic tutorial 3.0 is essentially like, it's kind of like a basis for everything. And then the next one, honestly, is just going to be economic strategy. So it's going to be like, this is what you need to be doing. This is what you need to be, you know, paying attention to. This is what matters and everything. Political ideology is going to be really exciting. I'm already done with the first like 5 minutes of it, and I'm really excited for it. Can you commit the G word? Closest you can come to that is, so if I wanted to go against, I can come over here. So technically, you can't go like, you know, say like go after all of these people or whatever. You know, you can't Pol Pot yourself, basically. What you can do is that you can come over here, you can forbid a religion and arrest its leader, or you can just flat out forbid the religion. It is legitimate to ban a religion in a democratic country if it explicitly incites racial hatred or violence. You can subsidize a religion, so you can literally say, okay, anyone that's not Buddhist, like, you cannot practice anymore. You can come over here to religions, or yeah, you can go back to religions. You can go to state power. You can say rules and commandments. You can become a theocracy if you want to. No! Oh, I was cyber attacked.
We have resisted the attack.
Okay.
The protection systems.
Literally. Oh, thank God. Let's do another. So yeah, so you just like that, the United States cyber attacked me. So why are you cyber attacking me? I was literally about to sign a free trade agreement with you. India, let's go over here. Economic. Strategic. Is there a feature in a modding tool or guidance by tool where you can create or modify a religion? Basically creating religion. I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna save the Indonesia save again, and we're gonna change parties. We're gonna change political parties. Jaskaran Singh, how are you? And also, Keter Patrol. Hey, I get that reference. Is that a SCP? I'm only just now, like recently, like within the last year, getting into SCP. I literally was addicted to SCP for like a straight couple of weeks. Yeah, if you're interested in Power and Revolution, check out my channel. If you I'm gonna say this again. I've been saying, kind of like dropping this a couple of times in the stream. I am doing a $100 giveaway at 10,000 subscribers. If you guys have not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. I am in a subscriber war against French YouTube channel Francie. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new here. We have 17 people watching this stream, so everyone, welcome to the stream. I think I'm gonna be streaming for maybe an hour more or something like that. I don't really have any intentions of stopping right now. A little tired. I need to go get another drink or something like that. A little hungry too. I haven't ate. But I am doing a $100 giveaway at 10,000 subscribers. So again, subscribe to the channel if you guys want to participate in that. So was I for almost like a year. Dare to hack the United States. Which actually, let me look at construction. 5G mobile, 4G broadband. Wow, I have a 0 broadband. How much would it cost? $500 billion to get full broadband coverage. Have you ever played any iCivics mobile game? No. And I really want the test games to get paid for. Is there a platform where I can do that, basically get paid for playing the game? I don't know. I actually don't know that. What about $1.1 trillion for full fiber optic coverage? That is literally 95% of my economy. Check the average internet speed. Ooh, I'm afraid of watching this. Internet users 61%, 12.5 megabytes per second. What time to play as the Germans in command? Oh man. Freedom of information is freedom to spread a known piece of information and truth that would be ideally be objective. The relationship between the government and power and the media determines the precise contours of freedom of information in the country. 500 billion, yikes. Yeah, I know. What about 5G? Oof. Another $1.1 trillion. Mobile 4G. 23 billion, 97 billion for full coverage from 91%. Vosel, what's up? Everything for good internet, even if it means to waste the entire treasury. We do have full coverage for mobile telephone. So we do have, like, I mean, you can make a call anywhere in Indonesia. Also, I was also thinking about getting rid of the national service and just going to a full volunteer force and just building it up back to like 500,000 people. I don't know. I also do need to change my political party. We're gonna go ahead and attempt that now. So, I'm gonna go ahead and prepare to change my political party, and we're going to go to a center-left party. That way, since we're going to be center-left, I'm going to be, I'm going to still, have a substantial amount of people in my, from my party. And we're also a little bit down the line, we're going to call snap elections. So that way we can kind of like increase our power. So I'm going to step away for a second. I'm going to go grab a drink. We're going to come back. We're going to change our political party, and we'll see what happens. So stay put. I'll be right back. Authoritarian center Germany gameplay win. All right, I am back. I am back. We're also going to change our fundraising policy. That way we're not on like a capped. Well, we'll see, because it kind of like benefits you in some ways. See, I just thought about this. I definitely did not go over this in the political ideology tutorial. Would you guys, is this, simple enough for you guys to look at right here? Do you guys need a tutorial on this? Would you guys like to see it in there? Kind of like, it would basically kind of go over the legalities and everything. Unless you want to like a dedicated political tutorial. And, well, actually, I'm already kind of sort of like planning some sort of election tutorial. I'll do that in an election tutorial. Okay. So, Convene the Council is a good game you should try one day. It's a nice civics mobile game and about dealing with foreign issues. Just wish you had a mobile geopolitical simulator like PNR. Yeah, imagine that. That's simple stuff. Simple stuff, yeah. It's kind of simple. Whereas regulate the funding, change political parties. So we are going to create a center-left party. And we actually, this is a new feature in the 2022 edition. You can actually, whenever you're creating a new party, you can actually come over here and you can do ecologist, regional, altermondialist, independent, Christian, Catholic, Protestant, Orthodox, Muslim, Shiite, Sunni, Jewish, Buddhist, Hindu leaning parties. So if you ever want to do a theocracy, like an Orthodox theocracy in Indonesia, then you can actually have the option here. All right. You can create a new party. I've never seen that despite me owning 2022. Really? I mean, how many times do you go into the political parties menu? All right, let's go ahead and create a new political party. And that dips our approval rating down to 74%. We are now a center-left party. Let's see what we do in the let me look. Let's see what we look like in Parliament. We have 101 seats. And look at that, the socialists just kind of like it. Oof. So we still have a pretty good majority in this new, a pretty good, wait, do we actually have the majority? 83? Yeah, we still have the majority. Okay, let's go to the next day, see what the effects of this will be. State authority and resignations. We need to form a brand new government. We need to form a brand new government. Most regrettable, you have decided to leave the party which you have always been loyal. Your inconsistency will cost you dearly. Good riddance. Yeah, good riddance to you whenever I call snap election in a couple of months. How do I get more approval? I need to get more approval. So if I actually look, political tendencies, so we actually joined the Philippines in being a center-left party. And the Philippines and Papua New Guinea, so we actually share, it's actually improved our relations with Papua New Guinea. Yeah, look at that. Little bit of a tank in approval. Cadet Patrol, shut up. Stop right now. Press start. Welcome, Mr. President. You made the great decision that will affect the future of our country. Together, we can achieve great things. 2%. So I am waiting for, yeah, I'm waiting for my advisor to come over here. He's going to form a government for me. That is the plan. We're going to ask him to form my government. We're not going to take that time to form it ourselves. I'm still not over my game save file getting corrupted. Oh man, that sucks. Sorry.
Our task
Force.
Perspective analysis. Couple.
And this should actually benefit relations with other nations. So let's do Papua New Guinea. Economic. Yeah. Let's create a military alliance with Papua New Guinea. We're gonna do a non-aggression pact. Hopefully they accept that. See what as the government gets to work. Is there anything on the severe political crisis? The whole government abandons the head of state. Severe political crisis with 74% approval. Dude, the mayor wants to meet me for lunch. No way! Yo, no way. Seriously? That's awesome. Tell me how that goes. The competition of the cleavage. What? Unprecedented level of popularity. 90 of those questions said they were very pleased with this performance. Really, a 90% approval rating by an AI in the United States? Huh, okay. It's like he's just going to be sailing into the midterms. Contract rejected. Damn. What about Australia? How does this benefit our relations? We could actually let's try for another global economic treaty. Who else could we go for? Mozambique, South Sudan. What about Brazil? No, apparently not. Ambitious space program. Boom. We're waiting on a response for this free trade agreement. And of course it failed. Relations are pretty bad. That's the thing. We look. 2. Oh, damn, okay. A federal monarchy. Whoa. God, please don't crash on me. Oh god. Not during a save. God. What's going on? Oh, thank God. Oh, nice. Ant-Man says that, or just showed me an email about him running in his mayoral race, and now he's possibly going to be meeting with the mayor of the city that he's running in. Get insight. He said, in 5 runs, I've only had competition 2 times. Yeah, you better be prepared for that meeting. You know, I've totally shit. Oh god, I just messed up. Oh god, I have not been investing in electricity. I just realized. Oh no. 121. You got 20 days whenever this thing is done. But that's only going to provide 1.4 terawatts worth of electricity. I need to import electricity from someone really quick. Purchase electricity. I need to find out who I can buy from. So I can buy from Ooh. Yes, I'm gonna buy from let's see, from Singapore. We're gonna negotiate a lower price. $197. Actually, I really don't think I'm gonna be able to get a good price on that. Yeah. I just realized that. Damn. Electricity shortage, gang. Let's go. Biomass. I should have been investing in this a while ago. Singapore, oh, God. Singapore could get us this good electricity, but and I can't necessarily buy one yet because my deficit is too high. Oh God, I'm in a pickle. Normally, I just build nuclear and then ignore electricity shortages. Well, yeah, I mean, but I don't have nuclear yet. And I can buy it from other countries, but that's going to expand my deficit, like, a lot. Because I'm basically financing that power plant. Electricity. Onshore. Let's see what this does. Why is Malaysia clicked? Onshore. We can get this done in what? Okay. I was It's like, what? Okay. We're going to build a batch of solar farms. Or wind farms. We're going to see what that does. Yeah, we're going to build like 10 of them in Borneo. Wait, it's not solar. 6 months. And we're going to build like 3 of them fully financed. That way we can get them out quicker. And then we can kind of like subside that electricity shortage. So how fast can I get that? 60 days. So I need to last 60 days with this electricity shortage. We're not in brownout territory yet, but we're getting close. Actually, I think Indonesia is also building a capital, by the way. Like, they're literally moving from Jakarta because apparently in the next like 50 to 100 years, Jakarta is just going to be completely underwater. Do you think that the Eversim employees look at the wish list in the Discord? In Discord, no, but they do look at your suggestions through email. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get Eversim to get someone to in the Discord. That way they can look at the wish list, they can answer questions, everything like that. Have some, pretty good interactions with Eversim, between Eversim and the community.
It must be conceded that
like how everyone's chief of staff gives them updates. Jakarta like Atlantic City. And we just got cyber attacked. Fuck. Swear to God, if I found out cyber attack on power stations. Of course it's the power stations.
We are currently under a cyber attack.
I need to get my approval up. Power
Our
blackout.
protection systems have partially failed. The central power stations were hit. They are down right now, and the time it's going to take to find solutions and get them going again is going to have a serious impact on our economy. Also, I wanted to tell you that our recent public awareness campaign on this sort of attack turned out to be wise. In this case, the average citizen and private companies were not impacted too much. This is undeniably a reassuring element in that respect.
Okay, so because we did do some campaigns on the awareness of this, that actually didn't hit our popularity as hard. And it was China that attacked us. So we need to build up our defenses in terms of cyber security.
you were
We were able to trace.
So once we get our electricity back on, let's see what this is doing. Still a negative 1% deficit, but it is affecting our GDP very, 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 very much. $3.5 billion to our GDP was lost. PG, don't you get bored of this game? A little bit, sometimes. Kind of depends. I haven't been playing it like a couple of years ago. Oh yeah, I got really burnt out of this game. That's why like in 2020 you didn't really see me doing that much on it. Nope. No power and no revolution. Have you played Stray? I was really, really tempted to get it. I have not gotten it. Currently under a cyber attack, Dumbledore said calmly. Did you take the did you put your name in the goblet of fire? Did you take your name in the goblet of fire? I've actually never seen Harry Potter. I've seen the first Harry Potter. That's it. Dumbledore said calmly. PG gets bored of this game because I'm by far and a way better than him. A way better than him, really? I just realized Indonesia is literally right here, and there hasn't been an Indonesia just like slapped across like this. So that's a bug, isn't that? It's literally just the island of Java that's Indonesia. All of this is just like claimed territory that we actually don't control. Also, like how I literally built a lot of wind farms on Sumatra and not Java. I win a debate if you're good at the game. Let's do a free trade agreement with Australia, and we'll just reduce tariffs to 50%. An unfavorable regime change in Malta. Ooh, let's invade. Time to invade Malta.
The preparation.
Prospective analysis, coupled with the Brown model on group size.
How much would it be how much would it cost to $5 billion? What about a bronze plan? $505 million. Let's do a bronze plan for right now. I am better than you, Corbin, at this game. No offense. No evidence of that, punk. Maybe make an economic treaty with Japan. True. Oh, look at that. We actually have really good relations with the Philippines. What is their GDP? $404 billion. We can actually do a pretty good free trade agreement with them. It's like 43. About, ooh, yeah, Japan. But they're like 5 times our economy size. We have really good strategic relations with these countries, but we don't have good economic relations with them. Strategy Gamer, hey, how are you? Also, don't mind Corbin. He's literally just messing around, so everyone just don't be like, oh, well, he's being mean. He's screwing around. Radio identification, accept. Cyberspace. What about finance? 6%. I am very bitter towards everyone in the audience. He lost his election and now he's bitter. Yay, we got a free trade agreement with Australia. Let's go. All right, let's do one with Japan. Well, actually, let's sign some reciprocal contracts with a couple of countries. We're gonna do the Philippines. We're gonna do let's do Papua New Guinea since they're literally right next to us. And Solomon Islands, I guess not. What about Brasilia? Brasilia, we'll do one with Brasilia as well. I need to do another episode.
Ban Corbin, he's being mean.
$14 billion, about $1 billion more than the last one. last incurrence of debt. My trade balance actually. Wow, what's going on with agriculture? Inflation is just a number. Sign more economic contracts.
Our network.
Surplus. So I believe that solar plant actually just completed. Yep, it did. Let's call this the Palicarn. The Palicarn Solar Park. Inflation is just not a number in this game, and it will slow your economy down if inflation is high. Look at all us.
The bill has been voted on?
Inflation increases inflation. We're going to go for a 1% tax on financial transactions. Brazil accepts it, Papua New Guinea rejects it, and Philippines has accepted our contracts. Yeah, your country is much too powerful for us. We risk becoming independent. I've had 32% inflation. I'm so good at PNR. 32% baby numbers. Uh-oh. Riots all over the world.
Here is our growth for
64. I'm gonna be watching this. If this gets to like 40 billion, I'm gonna be pretty worried. I mean, even 64 billion, like we're down almost like $15 billion in terms of this. What's going on? Wait. Let me go over here. What is our number one? Rice. So let's go over to rice real quick. Rice. Trade balance. Trade balance is down. So I guess it's an overall thing right now in the economy. Sales. Sugar. Vegetables. Wood. Trade balance. Trade balance is up on wood, obviously, because we're exporting it. Maybe wood is making everyone else go down. What about fish? Trade balance. Yeah, it's down. Beer, cannabis, apples. So rice and cereals. That's another one I want to look at. Cereals is... Yeah, again, we're exporting it. So it's up. Speaking of, I actually heard that coming over here, producing markets, we can actually make a producing market, and we can actually like get a lot of growth, a lot. So let me look. Still checking. I'm still checking to see if that update was released. So it hasn't. So I don't think we're going to be looking at a release today. I'm also not trying to get you guys excited for it if it's not going to come out. So let me look. Yeah, I have no emails yet. Let me actually check. Check Steam. Yeah. Nothing right now. So we're gonna get like 10 terawatts, by the way, I think, from all of those solar plants. $2.17. So what's my growth rate right now? 6.73. Tax on industrial pollution is going to go up, so we're going to wait to see what happens. Good God, why are there so many riots? Oh yeah, of course there's riots in Colombo. See how Sri Lanka's doing. What's their deficit? Oh, man. A bin workers? What is a bin worker? Budget. Why are there no stars for agent training? Are you kidding me? Man, we are severely lacking in terms of some things in Indonesia. Our GDP's gone up about $50 billion, so that's good. What about industry? How's our GDP doing there? About $50 billion. Binman. What is a binman? Binman. Like to play as states, invade other countries.
The bill has
been voted on and a law has been passed.
6.58. Stock market is doing good, so we're not
The
seeing
bill
that much of a drop in growth yet. Oh, there it is. Let's see. Coal. You could actually sign a coal contract. Trash collector. Yeah, that's what I thought. Binman. A bin worker. A binman. Just said a bin man. Oh man, people who are watching this on video on demand are just gonna be like, what is going on in this stream? Literally went on a 20-minute rant about Artemis, and then now he's just getting confused about what a bin man is. Oh crap, do I have oil? Ooh. Could actually expand oil production in Indonesia. Probably, I guess I don't have... Wait, there might be something right here. There's something. There's something. Ooh, we need to invade these islands from Australia. Alright, this is ours. What is this? What is this? The settlement. It's ours. 1,000 people. Oh, Christmas Island. I feature in the next Brazil episode. Everyone get hyped. It'll finally be fun to watch. Shut up. Tax is the only way to fight inflation. The main thing to do is inflation is the interest rate. That's the biggest thing. If you've signed contracts, again, I think I may have made a tutorial a couple of years ago. Well, like, be very careful how big these contracts are, but I mainly put it on my economic tutorial. I need to go through and like organize literally every video that I have 800 videos of just unorganized mess. So I need to go through and then start putting them all in playlists. Honestly, at least everything like post 2018. Yeah, actually, if you have the God and Spy tool, inflation, honestly, you don't even have to mess with it anymore because you can literally just fix it to a certain rate and it's gonna be fine. I need to go like an entire year with 100% inflation just to see what happens. Me who signed $1.1 trillion agreement. Hang on. I was just watching your economic tutorial 3.0. Yeah, I was watching it too. Country at risk. How's our 6.3 next loan? Oh, I don't need to be getting more debt from China. It's a good thing the West is giving me all these loans. Ooh, 1.1 trillion pounds. Yikes, that's like I'd say like 1.5 trillion dollars. Maybe 1.3. I'd say 1.3. Honestly, that's me not even looking it up. Wait, oh shit, I didn't check this. I need like a booklet for these streams, honestly, these games and streams where I just write everything down and I just refer to it. I declare it a general amnesty for sentences less than 3 months, and it actually helped my prison occupancy rate. So this is actually the first time, in the time I've been playing this game, I have never declared an amnesty like as an actual policy decision. So 170, so it was 204%, and then with the new prisons that I built and the amnesty, it is now down to 175%. So we need to continue to build more. We need to invest. We're gonna do $500 million in prisons. So let me do the math on this. Do the math. Let's do 26 times 270. That's another 7,000 spaces. We'll get that done in about 2 months. And I also heard that this was bugged. I don't want to start this yet. We're not going to wait on. I think it was fixed. That might have been fixed in the last update. I'm going to wait until the next update, honestly. So $500 million into prisons, and we will accept that. And national holiday.
Everything.
We're still waiting a little bit more before we call any sort of snap election. We're actually going to try to call the snap election before the presidential election. So this was the previous election. Hopefully this doesn't damage my efforts to become president again. Let me actually go to political parties. We're going to go to... Actually, we need to go to head of state. Communication, order a poll. And we're going to do an opinion poll. Detailed group. We're going to do flat out literally everything. Here.
Sir.
Vaccines toxic. Interior view conspiracy theories. Crap, we haven't been messing with this. Wow, just kind of a lot of things are sneaking up on me. Usually I have this down as a Western country, but this is like one of the first like third world countries I've actually played. Need to do more third world gameplays. So League of Social Democrats, that should be me, right? Yep. Okay, so we're actually ahead right now. So we actually need to declare a snap election. That would be good because it would help us get more seats, essentially. Publicize a movement, personality cult. Yeah, wait, actually? Oh, crap. I have a personality cult. Group opinion, regions. So I actually have control over most of the regions.
Although
Let's look. Here, 5.39. 2.5. What is the total amount of money that I need to make up? Okay, so we have $171 billion in revenues and $254 billion in expenditures. I'm betting a lot of that is actually going toward education. So let's go over here. Social Security, 71 billion, 58 billion, and then 20 billion in debt reimbursement. So the more debt we're incurring, the more we need to start worrying about that expense. So let's, yeah, look at that. So we were down to 38% in February, and then now it's actually up to 43%. We have a triple B from all credit agencies except harshness and rules that gives us a double A for some reason. Electricity surplus 2. Let's go. We didn't even have to do the option of importing electricity. So that's good. Just raise income tax on the lowest brackets. See, that's actually an option. That is an option, but I don't want to get kicked out. I actually need to raise a tax that will help us in terms. So yeah, wealth tax. Let's go ahead and do that. $5 billion. It's actually one that I haven't been messing with. Have you guys had any capital flight in this game? Is capital flight really something you need to be worried about here? Okay, so actually what I realized about the financial transaction tax, I think the financial transaction tax, so the financial transaction tax is essentially, so let me go financial transaction. Called the Tobin tax after the Nobel Prize winner for economics who put forward the idea. The tax applies to international financial transactions and is aimed at limiting speculation. So essentially, it's like a tax on, like, if you were to buy, like, I think it's somewhat of an import tax, but it's also like on things like stock markets. It's things like if you were to buy something online, it would be a tax on that. So think about it like it's more attuned toward service-based economies. Third world economies, it's actually not netting me that much. So, because I want to go for like a 1%, maybe 2%. I mean, honestly, 5% kind of sounds good. If I were to increase it 3.75%, $13 billion. Because we're not a service-based economy. I've never had negatives for wealth tax long term other than the fashion designer will never like you. Yeah, that's the thing. Someone actually, so I was actually telling him, I was having a discussion with someone, Dark Knight, and essentially he was just like, why are you doing that? You're gonna like institute so much capital flight, blah, 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 blah. And I kind of thought about it and I'm like, I've never seen capital flight. The only thing that ever happens, yeah, the fashion designer doesn't like you, and you maybe have a couple of resignations because of your corrupt ministers, which honestly is actually, the wealth tax is actually really good at de-weeding the corruption from your government, because it basically, like, the people who don't want to be taxed for that much money and they start to leave, but it kind of helps you. So I don't know. It strengthens your currency value, the wealth tax. Let me actually look. Exchange rate's actually going up. It's kind of stopped. We'll actually see what it does. So we're gonna actually we're gonna shoot for like a 10% wealth tax. shut up. I need money. I need to lower the deficit. I need my deficit to go up like 3% before I end the stream. God, I have been streaming for almost 3 hours. Ugh. I need to lower this deficit. Really, I'm gonna try to lower the deficit as much as I can in the next 20 minutes. 153 views though. Nice. Guys, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. We need to hit 10,000 subscribers. We're at war with Mr. Francie. So we need to hit 10,000 subscribers before him. Finance tax. It's strength. Oh, okay. What is my approval rating for my cabinet? They're still pretty new, so they all have actually pretty low ratings.
This theory.
It's actually been pretty quiet in terms of terrorism right now. I also don't understand why the Papua New Guinea Autonomous Organization likes me.
The bill.
The United States wants another meeting with me. Wonder what they want.
Our
We have bauxite. I just
analysis.
realized that I always import bauxite from I always import bauxite from Indonesia as the United States. I actually have some of the cheapest bauxite in the world. Usually I always import bauxite from Brazil, or I import it from Indonesia. That's also why I mainly sign free trade agreements with them, is mainly for their raw materials. And also, I need to be looking at our free trade agreements. Brazil, 117 billion, 116 billion with with Australia, and 28 billion with the Philippines. So let's look. 1250. Get to go for one with Thailand, possibly. What about Japan? Again, they're like several times my economy. I wouldn't want to get into something I can't get out of. Basically, think about free trade agreements in this game. Think about them like marriages. They're a marriage. And only difference is you can't divorce them. You have to literally break off every treaty you have with that country and close your embassy before they finally say, okay, it's done.
Perspective analysis.
We could greatly improve.
Perspective. Perspective analysis.
Good morning.
It's oranges, of course.
No.
Let's see what else I can export to them. Bauxite. Yeah, that's what I kind of figured. It's kind of minimal. building, housing, and roadway. Coal. And yeah, that's why I didn't do it.
Yeah.
I think I might make my way up to COP, the COP conference, and then we'll see how that turns out, and I think I'm gonna end this stream. Soviet national anthem. I only know how to sing the Russian one. I know the couple of lyrics from the Russian one. It's like Soyuz. No. I know the Russian one is Rossiya Shushenaya Nasha Drishava. Rossiya Lubimaya Nasha Strana. I'm gonna stop singing it because I'm tired of getting clipped. Staff shortage in the health field. Pursued his action, Mr. President. The lack of manpower will completely paralyze us if we don't do something. That's what I need to do. Health. All my playthroughs now Russia. Russia and America always go to war. Really? Oh, what kind of difficulty are you like on all realistic? I always play on realistic, where all of my difficulty sliders are centered. Okay, so we're doing better in terms of approval right now. Thinking about lowering the company tax. And then increasing. We're going to lower it to 21%. We're going to use that growth and we're going to increase the. Because honestly, I don't really have any aspirations to sign any sort of a political and economic agreement as Indonesia. So honestly, I can go as low as I want. Usually, the way I kind of treat company tax in this game is with free trade agreements. Free trade agreements, so they basically have this clause that you cannot tax your companies less than 21%. If you tax them less than 21%, it's one of the indicators on how you can sign a free trade agreement, political economic agreement. So with third world countries, I can actually lower my company tax to 10, 15%. And then that actually helps me in terms of manufacturing, of services, of kind of like helping, it's kind of like a cheat, kind of like why the free trade agreement is there in the first place, because it's to prevent like tax loopholes. So we're trying to become a tax haven essentially. So we tax our companies less, and then we can tax our companies less, and we actually end up making a lot, and it helps develop our economy because we're still a pretty big developing economy. Authoritarian left Russia gameplay 1, let's go. I haven't played in a couple of months yet. I'm also really thinking about East Timor, honestly. Can't get out of my mind. They literally are defenseless. Look at that. 133 men. 133 men against 401,000. What is the cost of our national service? $1.5 billion. Suharto Invasion 2.0. Yes, it's literally just the Suharto invasion. I'm gonna get a bunch of pissed off Indonesian and East Timorese in here. Like, I am stirring some sort of kettle right now that I do not want to be stirring. That's what I need to be doing. I need to import some SMRs from someone.
The bill has...
But look at that, our deficit is now under. It is under 5%, which is good. Once we get it to about like 1 to 2%, I'm gonna start increasing funding to things like healthcare. That way we can make our situation better. That promotes more growth, and therefore it just kind of helps in the short term. A lot of short-term goals right now. This is how we're playing this. It's a lot of short-term goals. With bigger Western countries, I always think long-term, but third world, I'm really just kind of like trying to micromanage a lot more, which I'm pretty much sucking at micromanaging right now. Whoa. Oh, Sunart. Oh, I'm gonna fashion designer. Ooh. Sunarto. It's a worrying name. Oh my god, it's literally... What was that? Wasn't there literally a show where like a fashion designer becomes a dictator? I'm probably getting really confused between the movie The Dictator and the one with Ben Stiller where he is a fashion designer, and I cannot remember the premise of that movie for the life of me right now. Quick, raise the wealth tax.
The bill
The fashion designer is going to lead a communist revolution against me. See, okay. I'm going to do another save real quick. We're going to call a snap election. You know what? So before we go, I have been streaming about 3 hours. We're going to do a snap election. We're going to call it. Parliament is an assembly that is elected by the people to represent it. It is not only consultative, but exercises the legislative power and sometimes a check on the government power, going as far as the censure of the latter. The dissolution of Parliament brings about new legislative elections to elect new parliamentarians. Keter Patrol, you were walking a very thin line. You need to stop. What if there was a third one? Stop. Oh my god. What is going on in my chat? League of Social Democrats is going to be the first election that we are going to be running in.
The bill has been...
This is basically to help us get a better representation in Parliament. Expand our power. 29% of the polls. 29%. Anything above 18% is going to be good.
Respective.
Our
fiscal performance in the last year was poor. It shows the deficit.
are
God, I hate these natural disasters. You literally see like 17 provinces get hit. Yeah. Keter Petroleum better be satire, I swear to God. Better be satire. Don't cancel me on Twitter. Took over Albania, North Macedonia as Greece-based. Time to reform the Alexander Empire when? So you're gonna go on a spree against the Turks and the Iranians and the Afghans and the Pakistanis and the Indians? Hello from India, let's go. Literally. Oh. Literally an Indian just enters my chat and India just blows up in protests. Oh my god, what's going on? There's a riot. There's literally like... Okay, I thought it was going on longer. There's literally riots in Colombo. And let's see. Oh my god. An Indian enters my chat and then India, like literally like the Indian subcontinent just blows up. Protests all over India, Myanmar, and even a riot in Colombo. Even a protest on Kavaratti. Got kicked from NATO, rejoined, got kicked. Hello from India, just downloaded game and found your channel. Hopefully we'll learn how to play the game. LOL seems too complex. I have lots of what do you call them? Tutorials on my channel. So go ahead and check out the tutorials. Go ahead and check out the economic tutorial mainly. That's the biggest one I suggest. And I also have a new tutorial coming out very soon. It's going to be a political ideology tutorial that'll kind of be the first of several politically based tutorials for Power and Revolution that are going to be coming out. So look forward to that. But yeah, thank you so much. So make sure to subscribe. By the way, we're in a subscriber war against the Frenchmen. The French are after us, and they want to say that they're better than the United States. So or than our my great channel. So go ahead and subscribe. Hit that red subscribe button if you haven't. For Constantinople, let's go. Yeah, if you need to go after Constantinople, my boy. You got North Macedonia and Albania. Now you need to go after the crown jewel of them all. Even if you only get the Marmara region, that's still based. Vive la France. Shut up. So we're gonna be doing some politicking real quick. We're gonna do publicly criticize literally every party but me.
Here is our
Sir.
Go here. Have to cheese my way into victory. Hard to get the UN not to intervene. I like the second Communist Party. Oh, we got a communist in chat, do we? Is this game free? No, it's like $50.
The bill has...
How much does it cost? Depends on where you at. It's like $49.99 to start off. But when a new edition, so basically the way that they're doing it is for the past couple of years. So they had 3 other games, and I'm I'm literally doing a documentary on this game, so I'm literally going to be covering the first one, second one, third one, and then this one. So basically, every year they do a yearly update. So this is the 2022 edition. The 2022 edition is the most recent edition that you can get, and it has been updated about coming up to 4 times now. In previous yearly editions, it just kind of in the previous yearly editions they only updated it, I think, like once or twice every time. But this is the first one where they're actually consistently updating it. It's made by a French company. I'm not telling you that you're not going to see bugs. There are going to be bugs in this if you're going to buy it. I've run into bugs. You're going to run into bugs. It depends on how you see it. If you want, a detailed game where you can kind of do a lot of things, this is the game for you. In some ways, it's more detailed than Millennium Dawn. In some ways, it's not. So, how do you feel about directly supporting the French economy politics? Oh, crap. Now I need to stop playing the game. So, just it's a fair warning, but it's a good game. Like it's. In my opinion, it is a very good game. It's worth the money. Whenever they do make these new editions, so like in the 2023 edition, if they're going after that, the 2023 edition, they give you a discount. So instead of paying $50 for the game itself, you have to pay just $20, and this is all in USD. You pay $20, and then you upgrade to the new edition. The new editions are essentially just new presidents, new groups, new political standings in parliament, new diplomatic relations. In this new edition, obviously, the war in Ukraine took a very big chunk of development, and they simulated the war in Ukraine. And each edition, depending on really what happens during the geopolitical term of that year, or during that year, they basically kind of like make features that are related to those things. So like in the Russo-Ukrainian war, or the Russian invasion of Ukraine, they added a couple of features like this one: provide military aid for the country in its war against the country and its allies. You can give weapons to a country. You can manage financial sanctions against the country. And then all their cosmetic changes as well, and kind of like feature-based changes as well. Of course, it has bugs. It's French. Yeah, exactly. It's French. Legislative elections begin tomorrow, so let's go ahead and do one last politic real quick. I'm going to criticize literally every party. Imagine criticizing my own party. It is election day in Indonesia. Here's what elections look like, by the way.
Good evening. The majority of votes have been counted, and we can now give you the first round results. Take a look at this.
I really don't like 2-round systems. Uh-oh. Oh, yikes. $23, $25, come on. $27, $28. Oh, that's pretty good. All right, that was a first round. Alright. We're going to do another wealth tax increase. To kind of get more approval. We're going to get it under 4%. There's riots in Pristina. Second round begins tomorrow. Let's go to... Party in power. I'm going to do one last minute kind of like, hey, unions, what is your membership? Unions and associations. Oh crap, we actually might need to relieve some I haven't checked those. We actually might have very limited associations. Indonesian Union Federation. We're gonna meet with both of them tomorrow, kind of get that last minute kick. I don't even know if that's gonna work. So we're gonna publicly criticize literally every party. Oh, nope. It's always worth mentioning that international terrorism is running rampant in our country. Our agencies remain on standby are waiting for your decision, but if I could have a moment of your time today, I would also direct your attention toward a unilateral strategy. The best would be to launch a massive attack on the source that is directly in their home territory. Is the new update out? No. I will let you guys know whenever there is an update. 56% in this. Falling numbers in the administrative field. Ay, crap.
Good evening. The time has come.
Okay. Anyone? Ugh. 18% is what we're trying to go for. At least above it. 25, good. 28, 29%. That's good. Good. We just increased our seat percentage by 10%. So that is amazing. What's up, Albert? Welcome to the stream. Actually, about to end it. End the stream. Actually, COP is about to happen, so we're gonna go to COP. Oh, there are protests. 165 out of 560 seats. I think that's exactly what I did in my test playthrough. Yeah, I think that's around. But we are the biggest party. Like, literally every other party is just cracked. So, like, the socialists. That would be really good if we could get, like, an actual majority. But look at that, the far right, actually, wow, that is a left-wing parliament right there. That is very, very left-wing. Literally, yes. Essentially, this is how you would coalition with other parties before they added the coalition feature. So, that's awesome. That is awesome. What is the protest about? Oh, it's just literally like animals. Actually, I forgot that they actually had this feature in here. Environment, animals. Albert J, thank you so much for the €1. That euro? Yeah, that's euro. €1, almost €2 donation. Yep, €2. I call it €2. Euros. Areas deforested. Oof. Ah, no! Why am I not fighting that? Do an left, right coalition government. Prohibitions, literally everything is authorized. Yikes. Literally, yikes. I could ban cockfighting. And also raising animals for fur, animal welfare, restrictive regulation on hunting.
Sure.
Oh, why did I click that? Oh, yikes. Ouch. No sword fighting.
That's sure. Fine. It's okay.
We're gonna go to COP. There it is.
It's begun. World leaders are beginning to arrive at the United Nations Framework Convention of Climate Change, the UNFCCC, which will start in the next few hours. As in previous years, they are renewing their pledge for success and have high hopes in the new legislation, which could bring their neighbors to the table. The fact is that negotiations have already begun well in advance of the summit, whether with UN emissaries or between heads of state, and the future of CO2 emissions for each country are already forecast. Moreover, other resolutions are expected to be passed at the same time, especially the Green Fund for the Climate, intended to help developing countries in their energy transition.
Okay. All right. You're in our cards to review, and we help improve your own national commitments. I remind you that according to the Paris Accord, states' efforts in the fight against climate change are now reflected by reporting and updating their nationally determined contributions, or NDCs. These contributions establish the objectives for CO2 emissions, in most cases up to 2030, and also the year carbon neutrality is reached, meaning that the country has a zero sum of emissions and no longer contributes to global warming. Indonesia will reach these goals by 2035. And year of carbon neutrality, we will reach carbon neutrality by 2050. We'll adjust those goals accordingly once we really start to get our economy on track. So do that. It is unfortunate this lower value. Oh, that's because literally the West is like, nah, we're not going to fund anything. Oh, come on. Why are you talking about Francis Parker Yockey in my chat? Stop. Stop. Oh, God. Stop. Please stop talking about Francis Parker Yockey. Started. I also need to improve infrastructure. God, I literally keep saying I'm gonna end it, and then it's like, nah, I'm gonna literally wait a little bit more. We have like 7 solar plants or wind plants that are about to complete, so we're gonna go to the completion of these plants. I didn't realize it had been 6 months. We got 20 days, so let's go 20 days. 24-hour power and revolution stream. Would you guys actually want that? International star at the presidential palace. Police legislation, define level of internet censorship is pretty high. Secret Service, view conspiracy theories, start a new campaign. How much is this? $91 million. Excessive deforestation in our country is not productive to the preservation of our planet. Yeah,
Sir.
that's the main thing I need to fight. So how much energy production? We're getting 1. So we can actually increase it to like 7 or 8, maybe 10 surplus. And we really need to kind of like build these effectively to a point where we can kind of like subside it with a couple of nuclear plants. So I want to see what our energy production does. 75. Malaysia, no. File under surveillance. Ordered. Whoa! He's getting arrested. It appears I tripped over the line. I'm just like, dude, just calm down. I know you're trying to be edgy, but just... Yeah. Got it.
Proceed.
Ate sushi, arrested. That's gonna be the next ever some quality content. It's literally just gonna be like me arresting everyone for like the stupidest stuff. Alright, pump some air and capture process. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I love discovering those because we can actually fight climate change. And let's see our energy production. 10% of our electricity is now made by wind-powered electricity. We actually should see a boom in terms of we should actually see a boom in terms of this. So solar, 43,000, and wind, 325 million. So this will actually contribute to a lot more growth in our country. Salary, 117. Total workforce, we need to employ 8,000. What about this? 327 million, 468 million. And eventually, that's the plan, is that we want to sell it off to private investors. Still have a little bit of a government stake. Well, actually, we'll see how we do with government-controlled energy, because that's literally all we have, is that if we develop our energy grid, like, we can literally make so much money off of it. We're going to go to the end of the year, and we're going to call this stream.
We have strong suspicion.
And of course, they literally say that they're going to attack. Surveillance. And it's this guy right here. I bet it's him. It's him. Nope. Damn. Because I am sadly part of the Hoi 4 community. I could tell. Are you part of the Hoi 4 community, or are you part of the TNO community?
The preparation
is a big difference.
It's perspective analysis.
Our task.
Our task force. Energy. What is this? What would it do? Start building price reduction, 5%. Attack in Jakarta. Car bomb attack in Jakarta, 5 dead. 5 dead and 15 injured. A nearby building was partially destroyed and the car was thrown off the road by about 30 meters. Whoa. Explosion was devastating. We're lucky that a few people were there at that very moment. Great. The car was thrown 30 meters. 30 meters by reference, by the way, is 60 feet. See, I know the metric system.
Service.
So, fun way to... Well, is it 60 feet? Did I just get that wrong? Literally say that I know it and then get it wrong. 30 times 3. That's 90 feet. 90 feet. I was off by about 30. I doubled it by 2 instead of by 3. I totally forgot it goes by 3. Quite sad indeed, at least impressive to be a part of the Hoi 3 community. I love you, Corbin. I love you so much. I love all my subscribers. Let's see. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm a centrist. I just don't agree with party politics. Party politics is bad. Ideology politics, however, at based. Is that coming toward me? Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. It's coming. The hurricane is coming. CIA drug trafficking. No! Wait, whoa. I haven't seen this one. The latest bombing is the work of the Secret Services under orders from the head of state to distract people from major issues of the country. Wow, I haven't seen this one before. There's still a lot of conspiracies. I need to make a list of literally every single conspiracy. Wow, that is cool. So yeah, actually, I know another one is that after the elections, so I think it's like the presidential or parliamentary elections, depending on the system that you have, they actually do have a conspiracy that comes out afterward that then says that the last election was that word that I'm not going to use because I don't want to get demonetized.
Perspective.
So that's interesting. I like that.
Although you're concerned.
I have totally not seen that one, that conspiracy before. We're gonna go like 3 days into 2023 and we're gonna see what our economy is doing. Because I know growth and everything is gonna reset, so our deficit is probably gonna go up. Protester deadly in Iraq. Iraqi security forces opened fire on supporters of an influential cleric who said he would retire from politics. Wow. That's actually the Iraqi military declared a what do you call it? Curfew in Baghdad. So that's what's going on in Baghdad right now. All right, January 1st, 2023. Let's see what growth does. Deficit goes up just a tiny bit, but we're good that we're not under 5%, that we're not above 5%. I say that and then it goes up to 5%. Growth just jumped to 10%. 10%. Exportations are up and importations are down. Therefore, our trade balance is actually up $40 billion. Price of oil per barrel by OPEC is 76.4. We're on unemployment.
With your unemployment.
Unhealthy housing situation, 23.3%. Growth, the economy grew by 10.5% over the course of 2022.
Here are the GDP.
An average result, $1.37 trillion. And ICT and emancipation. There we are, good things for our economy and administration, but unfortunately in a political regime like ours, likely to open doors to the lifestyle of Western democracies and create more aspirations of liberty. That's the thing about Indonesia. I'm actually thinking about democratizing them. I completely forgot there was still a dictatorship today. So, guys, we're going to go ahead and end this stream right here. Ooh, yeah, see, my deficit just went up. Told you I wasn't going to do that. 10%. Hang on. 1.2, and wealth tax can go up to 8%. So we'll increase those. We're going to go to next week. Guys, again, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you guys want to see more content like this, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss anything whenever I do make it on the channel. I really do want to hit 10,000 subscribers. Me and Francie have finally agreed, saying, hey, you know, both of us are heading toward 10,000 subscribers. Let's make some fun out of it. So, big announcement here. Again, I am doing a $100 giveaway at 10,000 subscribers. But why is there not a $10,000 giveaway? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I totally wish I could do a $10,000 giveaway. President of Indonesia father's funeral. Well, KKK. Why did I just say that? I was literally just trying to say okay.
The bill has been...
Okay, so that passed. I think a growth should go down just a tiny bit. I guess I need to wait a little bit before I increase the IPT.
The bill has been...
Yikes. No wonder the deficit just went up, because my growth just went down. I was at 10%. I should have waited. I've been streaming for 3.5 hours. I'm going to solve this in the next one. We're going to continue with Indonesia, honestly. So, yeah, guys, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you guys want to see more content like this, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss anything whenever I do make it. And do subscribe to the channel if you have not. I'm, again, doing a $100 giveaway at 1,000 or 10,000 subscribers. We are going to beat Francie to 10,000. That is the goal. He is just a tad more subscribers ahead of me, and we really would like to beat him, because we have a much larger community around myself, and I know we can do it. It's just a matter if you guys want to see me do it. So so leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching this with me.